I'm a man. I'm a man. Put a gun in my face. I'm a man. Kids and women. These are innocent bystanders dragged to jail cells by prosecutors for justice.
This is the angle.
For the good guys, right?
This is the angle I'm looking at, because it's like you are the man that they're coming after, but they're the ones that are also going to have to face the...
Well, here's the thing that's so interesting, right? Because that's the attack vectors of a powerful man has always been the same thing. When we said earlier about why rich men get in trouble, and I said girls, attack vectors will always be identified by your enemies, and the primary attack vector for any enemy is a girl. I'll give you an example. Story we just told earlier about Lucy at my house. How did the bad guys with the machetes find out where my house was? A girl. If I have enemies who want me dead, let's say I've annoyed the Turks and I'm in London, I know how to not get caught, but the girl with her Instagram story, with the corner of the napkin, didn't know. Now I'm toast. She tits a selfie up in the hotel. They recognize the hotel. Now they're waiting outside. Toast. If I had to catch and find someone, and he knew I was after him, I'd just find who his girls are. Who's he fucking? Boom, follow them. And bro, it's easy. It's so easy because women have no OPSEC.
It's funny because I've seen it firsthand as well.
Bro, they care more about their Instagram likes than your life.
Yep.
That woman you're in love with, that woman you'll do anything for, cares more about getting likes on her Instagram than you getting stabbed to death. Because if you say to her, don't post that. Don't post that. There's people after me. Well, it's just a picture. I go get my likes. Likes aren't even money. They're not even money. We mean likes.
Who gives a fuck?
Who cares? They're gonna kill me. Oh, but it's a coffee cup, it's cute. Bro, and you're in love with her. And when you die, 6 months later, she'll be in my brother's bed. Bruv, wake up, wake up. But women are the attack vector. So it's also the same with law enforcement. Andrew Tate is a bad man, but he's smart and he's sharp and he's got all his things in order and we can't pin him down. Not because I'm bad, because I'm innocent. They don't believe that. They believe I'm just that good. I am that good. But I'm also innocent. So what do? Let's drag the women in here. Let's threaten the women. Let's sit his wife down, or one of his wives, or one of his girlfriends, and let's start telling her how often he cheats on her. Let's start showing her pictures of him with other women.
Let's try and manipulate her.
Let's show her, let's lover boy method her.
They're hypocrites.
Let's sit her down and be nice to her and try and convince her to do something. So they're hypocrites because they do lover boy method, this crime. They sit your girlfriend down and say, you were with him on the 10th of February. You know on the 11th of February he was fucking this girl? Boom. You know he bought this girl this? Boom. You know this? Boom. And they just sit there like snakes and rats and just say, he's a cheater, he's bad. What's he ever done to you? And she'll be like, well, nothing. Okay, but does he ask you where you go? She goes, well, yeah, if I go out, he asks me where I go. Okay, controlling behavior, manipulative. Bro, they just fucking make it up. So women are the attack vector. So how do you avoid this attack vector? Well, be gay. Have no kids? Die alone? Well, you can't. So you have to have women around you. Especially when you're rich, you're going to have a bunch of beautiful women around you. So they're the attack vector for your enemies, for the law enforcement, for everything. So the women who are around me, yeah, they get caught up in the crossfire because that's how the enemy is going to try and get to me, whether it's the bad guys trying to kill me or the law enforcement. And I have to say to my women, listen, there's no light without dark. You fly on private jets and you get to drive around in my Bugatti and you get to stay in 5-star hotels and you get to go for golden facials that are 6,000 pounds at Harrods a day. You get all of that, yes. And sometimes these idiots are going to drag you down to a police station and say, why does he give you so much money? And you're going to have to explain to them, my facials are expensive. What do you want me to do about it? Yeah. That's the game. But the fact that these evil people think they're doing good, dragging women into rooms and wrecking their lives, is crazy. But if you look at the biggest, most heinous acts ever done in humanity, it was by people who thought they did good. And this is where we go back into feedback. Because if I was a police officer, if I was a prosecutor, I would have enough cognitive ability to sit and say, am I the good guy here? Am I actually the good guy? No, I'm the police. That's Matrix mind. That's clown world. Actually use my brain. I'm dragging innocent people into rooms. I'm putting innocent people in jail. I'm questioning innocent women who are just getting presents from their boyfriend. I'm fucking with this guy who's never hurt me in my life ever. They've already been fucked with by the Romanian government. He's clearly innocent because they're about to let him out and he's not in jail anymore. What am I doing? Okay, I'm getting my wage, but what am I doing? Am I fighting the good fight here? But they don't even have enough feedback, enough self-analysis, or they're so arrogant that they'll look in the mirror and they'll put on their shirt every day, yep, police. I'm the police. You're a dummy. You're the police. Go catch the guy who put acid in people's face. What do you mean you're the police? You dumbass. Yeah. You put fucking my baby mama in jail. Bro, clown world. Clown world. We live in a joke. We live in a clown world. I don't think people understand that every single thing that you believe in at home, the medical system, the judicial system, the financial system, the educational system, you name a system, it's a joke. The shit they teach in school's a joke. The money's not real. Law's not real. It's all a big clown show. It's a circus. All of it. And they're the things you rely on. You need these things. You need them to educate your kids. You need the money to be worth something. You need the law to be fair. And it's all a scam. All of it's a scam.
It's like life as we know it is a scam.
It's a scam. Yeah. And then you sit down and go, okay, well, if that's true, what do we have left? What do we do, Andrew? And I go back to my original answer. You need brothers who will die beside you because that's all life's ever been. When things get hard, and when I say hard, I mean really hard, the best thing you're going to have is a brother who will die beside you. Your woman can give you emotional support, but she can't do much else. When things get difficult, women often become a burden. If you're walking down the street and a terrorist attack happens, heaven forbid, you'll wish you weren't with a chick. Because being with a chick now, come on, let's go. And you have to carry her, right? Because they're slow and they're like, oh, my heels, and they're a fucking nightmare. You have to look after them. If you're with your boy, bro, shit, you feel better.
Yeah.
You feel better.
Straight on site.
You're on site, yeah. Men help you. When things get hard, men around you are going to be your number one asset. It's always been that way. When the horde arrived at Vienna, it was brothers with swords who were ready to die by each other that defended the city, and vice versa to attack the city. That's what you're always going to need. Women may be able to say to you, good job, keep going, but they can't do much else. And in the hardest times, you don't have time for motivation. You're motivated by self-instinct and self-preservation. So you can deal with all that crap afterwards. So if you're a man and your primary friend, your best friend, or the person you're relying on the most, or you spend most of your time with is your chick, that's fine. But you're going to regret that when things get hard because you don't have any real backup. I spend most of my time with my guys. And I love my women with all my heart, but my team comes first because they're the ones who will save me. They're the only ones who can save me if I really need saving.
Push comes to shove.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So brotherhood's the most important thing. And money's another important thing like I talked about. But I don't know. It's how do you in this clown world, how do you survive? Like I said earlier, you need the brotherhood because of the reasons I just gave, and you need to have money to get on the highest socioeconomic ladder, and you need God. And besides those three things, I can't find another answer for it because every time I've ever tried to rely on the education system, the financial system, the judicial system, every time they failed me. Every time I've learned what it is. You know what most people don't understand? All of these things, all the systems I've just named, the medical system, we just learned what scam that was. Get your 9th booster. Fucking clown world. All of these things are just people walking into a room and saying things. And people are fallible. Think how many people you know who are idiots. Cool. That's those people who you think are idiots are the systems I just described.
Yep.
The education system is just someone standing there talking. The judicial system is someone standing there talking. The medical system is someone standing there talking. Just idiots walk into rooms. They've got a badge. The justice system, the police, the prosecutor, who doesn't realize he's doing no good for anybody, that he believes fallacies, that he's destroying people's lives, and he's not a good person. He's actually the bad guy in this story. He's actually the bad guy in this story. Without enough self-awareness, look in the mirror and go, I'm a fuck up. He's going to sit there and go, I'm the good guy, I got this badge.
Yeah, but that's just ego.
They're just idiots. Yeah. Dummies. And then they're going to sit there and go, oh no, we live in a fair world and the law is fair and school's good. They're dummies, bro. What's even scarier is all of these people are not only fallible, but they're very human. And what scares me about the moral decay of the world is that all of these people are involved in the moral decay. So, for example, as certain ideas, let's take one that's a bit vanilla so this podcast doesn't get banned. I could choose one of 20. I'm going to choose a vanilla one. Pornography. It's vanilla. As pornography becomes prevalent, I don't care because I don't watch pornography. I don't watch porn. Why would I? I ain't even got time to service my women as it is. I'm busy. So the last thing I have time for is that garbage. But then most people don't sit and go, oh, but that means your judge watches a bunch of porn, your lawyer watches a bunch of porn, teacher of your kids watches a bunch of porn, the police officer who's arresting you for being a bad person was jerking off last night to a bunch of porn. All these people who you need to rely on, who are authority and strong, moral, upstanding characters, and Mr. Dickhead with his badge.
They're all a bunch of wankers.
They're all a bunch of wankers. Correct. That's it. And you can take that, you can take porn, then you can take swinging, or you take homosexuality, or you take all these things, or this sexual, all this moral degradation has infected our institutions, right? So you'll stand there in front of a judge, and the judge watches porn, and his wife gets banged by his best friend because they're swingers, and he cross-dresses, and then he's gonna sit there, Judge Honorable, go to jail. Bro, it's fucking scary. It's all fucked. It's all fucked.
Yeah, that is a scary world.
It's fucked. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, and I know that all this shit crosses my mind. So when you remove God from society, you live in godless societies. Yeah, you have the moral degradation, but it doesn't just destroy the populace, it destroys the institutions of the populace. That's the worst thing about it. And now we're living in a society which is so brutally corrupt to the core. The World Health Organization says I need 10 injections of poison, otherwise I'm gonna die. And all of them jerk off all day. Every night they jerk off. Bro, they do these World Economic Forum, Davos shit. All these people who are in charge of the world, and they all go to Switzerland.
Yep.
I saw something on Twitter. On the days where everyone flies in for these global economic summits, all the world leaders, etc., the local hooker and strip club are booked out. You can't get a hooker on those days because they're all booked in advance. So the people who are deciding what's happening with you are booking orgies, and all their orgies are organized. The people who call me a human trafficker are going to fuck young girls who are sexually abused for money. And I'm a human trafficker. And it's just like, what clown planet are we on? The best hope you have is to believe in God and find some degree of religious ideology amongst the everyday life. That's the best hope you have, is to find a society where people are afraid of God. Because the idea that the people who are in charge of the world, who told the media machine to convince everyone at home I'm a human trafficker to put me in jail, then all fly and have a big conference to talk about inflating the currency on purpose so they can make everybody a slave, and then they book out prostitutes who are probably touched as kids, and then they fuck them in massive orgies doing God knows what, and I'm the bad guy, and this is all supposed to be okay, and it's all acceptable, and if I mention it, Mr. Plod, the police officer who also jerks off the Pornhub, is after me with his other prosecutors who all jerk off in the room. It's just like, bro, the world's a mess. The world's a mess. It's a mess. I don't have the answer to these things besides brotherhood and money. If you have brothers you can rely on of strong, upstanding character, and you have hundreds of millions of dollars and you believe in God, like me, you can resist. I'm not winning.
Aikido.
I'm not winning. I'm just good at getting hit. That's all it is. I'm not beating these people. I'm not stopping them coming into my house. I'm not stopping them arresting me. I'm not stopping them locking up my baby mama. All I'm doing is I'm good at getting punched in the face and smiling. I'm good at getting hit. I'll become tough. That's it. If you get these things, you can resist the oppression with your Aikido. You can take a shot and you can smile back. But that's the best you can hope for. If you haven't got those things, as soon as you get hit once, you're out. And it's done. It's over. And then we go deeper down the rabbit hole. Because deeper down the rabbit hole is, then you learn. One of the biggest things the Matrix tried to do is when they try to isolate you, most people don't understand the effect these kind of Matrix attacks have on the average man's relationships with people. If you're a man with a normal job, and you're doing the normal thing, and you're in the middle, and you're following your job, and you get caught up in some bullshit or whatever, or you tell too much truth and you lose your job, when you lose your job, you only have 2 months until you lose your marriage unless you get another job. You're gonna lose your wife, you're gonna lose your kids.
They're gonna make your whole life fall apart.
100%. When you go to jail, I heard it on the jail phone. Number one argument I heard on the phone in jail was women yelling at their men, how am I supposed to pay the bills? Because women are self-interested. Women are survivors. Me. They're selfish.
Yep.
You're in jail. How do I pay the bills? And the man's like, yeah, I'm in jail. What do you want me to do about it? Well, you're always hanging out with your friends on the street corner, and that's why you're in jail. That's not why I'm in jail. That's nothing to do with it. You've made that up. Well, I can't pay the bills. Then 6 months later, she's fucking someone else, and he kills himself. That's what happens. right? So deeper down the rabbit hole is, not only does the Matrix try and destroy you financially, destroy your influence, destroy your reputation, but they also understand that they do this to you heavily enough.
It trickles down in every single aspect of
every
your
other
life.
aspect. I'm fortunate because of my brutal competence and because I'm so charming and lovely and I've got a long Johnson that my women have dedicated themselves to me for life. That puts me in a very fortunate situation. Most men are not in that situation, which actually ties back. I wonder if PC Plod works this out. If I understand that I'm going to be under matrix attack for the rest of my human years, and the chance of me going to jail is 100%, and I can't resist the forces of evil, I'm just good enough at getting hit that I can stay standing because my Aikido is masterful, and I find a woman I'm truly in love with, why the fuck would I not buy her golden facials, dipshit? Duh! Duh! That's what I'm... Duh!
Case solved.
Yeah, duh! Of course! Because she waits for me if I go to jail. Mind blown. Bro, clown world. So if you're a man and you're out there, please understand, if you have a strong brotherhood and you go to jail, you can send your brother over to your wife and he can lend her money and he ain't gonna fuck her and he's gonna check on her. He's gonna check on the kid because he knows what brotherhood is, and he's gonna check on the kid, and there's gonna be a man they can call if there's trouble, and he's gonna pay the rent, and he's gonna make sure she doesn't do anything stupid either. She ain't gonna be able to cheat or run around because he's around. Everything's under control.
Yep.
If you have money, once again, you can take care of your problems. But if you're a normal dude and you get hit, you get punched, you can't do like me. You can't come on a podcast and make fun of these people and laugh it off. Once they hit you, you're toast. Your chick's leaving you, you're losing your kids, you're losing your house, you're losing your job, you're losing it, you're done, bruv. Done. And you ain't getting back up. You're getting knocked out and you're not getting back up. So while you're standing, if you're not preparing yourself for this, you're a fool. You're a fool. Everything I've just told you about the world is completely true and you know it. So after all of this talking, if you don't have the motivation to get rich still, then you're born to lose. You're just born to lose. Then I don't know what to say to you. Wash my car.
Goes back to that.
Wash my car. I don't know what else to say to you. Go wash it. Because you're a fucking loser.
Andrew, I know you spent your time in jail reading the Quran, right?
Correct.
I want to know, did you ever get time to read in stories of the prophets?
You know what I found most interesting about the Quran?
You'll see what I'm tying into in a second. But go on.
I don't want to get this wrong. I hate getting things like this wrong. But I think it says day 365 times, or days 365 times, and day 30 times as many as there is in a month. And it says month 12 times. And there was all these language patterns inside of it, which it's incredible.
One of the miracles I find fascinating is Allah mentions in the Quran, you know, the ratio of land and water is 71% water, I think 71%, and the rest of it is land. God mentions in the Quran, it's the exact ratio. Land is mentioned X amount of times, and water is mentioned X amount of times. It gives you the exact same ratio as it is.
And it was recited over 20-something years or something. It's completely incredible. Even to remember to use the word month only 12 times across 20-something years of recitement, 26 or 29 years. It's incredible to me.
So, but what I was going to ask is, with things that the Prophet said back in the day, you know, there will be a time where all these agendas are taking place, and people at the time would be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, nah, man, can't be the case. You know, you got LGBT and all this sort of stuff, and you know, at the time that seemed absurd. So, do you look at it now with obviously life you've experienced and think he's right?
Oh no, absolutely, he's right. And
you see it probably more firsthand than any of us.
The problem is,